Great, we are live. Welcome, guys. Well, my name is Daz Tactic. If you're sort of new to the channel, and of course, this is going to be a Distant Worlds 2 live stream. I was sort of thinking there's a few things we could have actually live streamed, but I thought I'd just play something that I'm very, very familiar with. I've still got a massive toothache, actually, so I'm going to see how long I can go. Hopefully, just by talking and stuff, it actually relieves it, which actually feels like it is already, just from this little intro. So that may stop me at some point with this particular stream. And also, just as another little note, I still have not heard back from Discord support, which is, I've got to say, the worst support I've ever come across from any of the social media companies. Unbelievable. I can not even hear back saying we're working on it or anything. It's just, and it's literally should just be flicking a switch to fix up my problem. I don't get it. I really just don't get it. So I'm extremely disappointed in Discord support. I love Discord, but I can't post messages. So if you are sending me messages in Discord or you're expecting me to respond to something, I just can't, because I've actually been blocked. I can read, but I can't reply. So anyway, that's sort of where we are with that. So I'll just get that out of the way. Hi Hugh David, how you going? Saying sorry about your toothache. I hope it gets better soon. Yeah, I've been to the dentist 2 days in a row now. The first day was for them to, because it was really painful. That was the day when I couldn't do the chat tactic, and so that was excruciatingly painful on that day. And so the dentist went and had a look at it, and he's thinking, it's a real 50-50 whether you might have to get your one or even two teeth pulled actually to sort of fix it. And so he sort of did what he could that day. Then I went back yesterday because he said, look, if it's still painful, come back. So I went back again yesterday, and it was still 50-50. He said, oh, look, it's infected. So if you can just sort of try to get over the infection, it may save the teeth. So I've got to go back again today. And if the way it's feeling at the moment, I'm not very hopeful. I think I'll be getting at least one, maybe two teeth pulled today, which won't be fun. But that's going to be that's actually exactly 12 hours away. So I've got a lot to do today. Actually, before then, I'm going to be going to see Napoleon with a friend of mine. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be just before I have to go back to the dentist. But it's So anyway, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to sort of watching Napoleon. But and we've got this live stream. So I hope that the tooth doesn't really play up at all during this particular live stream, so that we can sort of get it some time under our belt with this incredible game. Distant Worlds 2 has undergone a massive change at this point in time. With the not a change, it's released its latest official update, which is the fleet update. But I would suggest that you get into the open beta if you can, and that way you can see I'm playing with version 1.1.8.7. The fleet update is 1.1.8.1, and so in this particular version, the 0.7 is sort of showing that I'm a few versions in with the beta, and you can just opt into that through Steam, or if you've got the Matrix version of the game, you can actually do it through, like you can just download the updates and install them yourself. But if you do have the Steam, I'm not sure about GOG. I don't know I think GOG may also have the same as Steam updates, I think. I'm not 100% sure about that. But if you are playing the game, I would suggest that you do opt into the open beta. It sort of, particularly for Steam, what they tend to do is they have like a closed beta group, and a closed beta group is already, I think it's at 1.1.9.0 or something, so that's already advanced. And I'm not playing with that. I haven't actually tried that one at all, but I'm in that group, so they're a little bit ahead. In fact, I think there may even be a couple of versions ahead of that as well, with an unstable version. So there's a lot of things going on sort of behind the scenes, and certainly whenever I do these live streams with Distant Worlds 2, I've been giving my impressions of what actually happened, or bug reports as well, if there's been any sort of little issues that do actually sort of come through, or suggestions as well from you guys, if you are sort of wanting to, if you do actually have any suggestions for it. So I'm thinking of starting a new game. I'm playing a game at the moment on Twitch, and I probably won't play any more of that game. It's been an incredible game, actually, where we're surrounded by enemies, and we've found some possible friends further afield, and we're slowly sort of pushing back against overwhelming odds, basically, against the Boscar and bugs are sort of on our doorstep. But I think we might start a new game because there's been so many little changes with their fleet update. So let's just go and do that. I do like these starts where you've got sort of like a no man's land in the middle. I don't mind them being actually quite big. Yeah, that's disabled at 700. If I went to 1,000 and did that, it's going to be too big. There's so many different ways of playing this game. I like having few stars and distances, but that might be too much. In fact, I do like the 700 stars, 6x6 sectors does give you a fairly solid sort of game, fairly compressed. It just means that the distances in here don't matter that much. So it doesn't really matter about finding Caslon supply or anything like this to extend your range. At different times, sorry, we'll actually be just trying to relieve the relieve my tooth and sort of see how it goes. All right, well, I think we'll play that one, and I do like this ring dense center. Like they're all different. It may not look like some of them are. Like even the classic galaxy. If we make the nebulas dense, and if we go to maximum stars, you can sort of then start to see the patterning, particularly if you do it this way. So this is a spiral with nebulas running in between the spirals. That's sort of how it works. Hi, Charank, how you going? So we've got like a dent. You can see how dense the core is, and then it's got like a ring around the outside. But there is a definite spiral that goes into this this particular one through here. This is an actual spiral galaxy where we've ended up. See how the layout of the planets is now more even in amongst those spirals of nebulas. So the nebulas still spiral around. And you've got two spirals, one coming from one side and the other one coming from the other side. And so the choke points are actually across the nebulas. That's actually sort of the way this one works. But the actual distribution of stars is very different, whereas in the classic it's much more compressed in the core. And you do actually have a bit of a ring, a little bit of a ring as well. So it's a little bit like the one that we were sort of looking at before. Elliptical is just a random scattering, but again with a dense core, with nebulas sort of randomly placed. The ring nose center is sort of means that you're just going to be sort of working against your immediate neighbours. There will be some groups that start off in the middle here, but not too many. Then we've got the one that I'm thinking of playing, which is a dense center, nothing much in the middle here, and then a ring. This one is two rings, which could be interesting. This is a two rings and a dense center, which I think is for a little 700, 6x6 is probably a little bit too small. Even clusters is interesting. I used to love this one in Distant Worlds Universe. Just sort of getting, or not even that one, the varied clusters was quite fun, where you had some big clusters, some little clusters. The distances don't matter as much in this game. Hi Tenru, how you going? How's the Discord fiasco progressing? Not at all. I haven't heard from them for 2 weeks. It's the worst support. Discord support is the worst support I've ever come across. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. It's so simple. The problem was fixed. The whole thing was fixed before they banned me. Then a day after everything was sort of fixed up, they then banned me, and ever since then, I did hear back twice, I think, where they were trying to get to the bottom of what my problem was. Obviously, it must be bots that are reading everything. And then when I finally, they asked me to send through a screenshot, and I described exactly what the problem was. Anyway, the screenshot, they said, "Oh no, you've got to fill in this form now." So I filled in that form, and I have not heard anything back. It's the worst support I've ever come across. I can't believe that a company can actually be as good as they are with what the service that they provide, yet have a support that's that inept. I'm thinking of actually making a video on it, because it's just I'm not getting any joy at all with it at all. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Hi, Carrie Muncher, how you going? So morning, Dad's up with the sparrows. It's not sparrows. It's too early for sparrows here yet. Windy, cold, late afternoon in Scotland. Oh, that's no good. Hope you're well. Now I've got this toothache, so there will be times during this stream where I may have to sort of even sort of stop my sound effects, like my microphone. I'll just see how I go, because it feels okay at the moment. Actually, it's sort of not too bad, but it's it's been playing havoc. So I've been to the dentist a couple of times this week already, and got another appointment today as well, which probably will be a an extraction meeting, I think. So we'll see how we go. It's it has not been fun. Anyway, so they're the, and then we've got irregular as well. And irregular is like random or elliptical. See how elliptical has got like the it's got a denser core, but this one here is basically just even across the board. Anyway, I think we'll go with a ring dense center. We'll play with 700 stars on 6x6, so much more compressed. I think we'll just play with normal nebulas. These are like your mountains in space. You know, they sort of slow you down. Okay, there we go. 30% off Steam for Distant Worlds at the moment. Thanks for that, Curry Muncher. I'll try to remember to mention that a few times during the stream. So yeah, Distant Worlds is an incredible game. It's such an incredible game. There's so much in it, and I was thinking of playing a pre-warp. Let me know in the chat if you just want me to sort of start where at least we're going to get a bit more action away from our home system. But they have actually tried to tweak the home system a little bit, and I haven't played with the pre-warp for so long, maybe over a year, I guess. But you know, I did actually read that they had actually sort of done some work with the pre-warp settings to make it more fun. Anyway, this is where we would then sort of go and do it. So this is probably the time that we look at it. So the Galaxy expansion pre-warp, maybe we'll just do it that way. The tech level will go pre-warp as well. Galaxy aggression will go unstable. Hard difficulty is actually very hard. It really is quite a difficult way to play the game. So I'll keep it on hard. I do like this mode. Particularly with the new thing that's come in. This is hostile races near the player. So with this one on, and I find that some of this is a bit buggy, like the extreme and many often don't give you enemies nearby, but some does. So some has been good, I find. What this one does is it basically, how many hostile races neighbour the player when other empires are auto-generated. Nearby hostile races are an important factor in how difficult the game is. So yeah, there was a suggestion actually, I forget who it was that you, Tenru, that actually suggested that they have a less in there as well. I did actually pass that on, but I don't know if they'll implement it or not, but that was passed on. Anyway, we've got the some some I like, because it means that you're always going to have a problem here. So Karamunch is saying, what specs is your computer, Daz? Looking to upgrade my potato, and Distant Worlds 2 will probably be the most intensive game I will play. God, I can't remember. I've recently upgraded my graphics system in it. It's a couple of years old, my computer. I've got a lot of RAM, like a hell of a lot. God, I can't even think of what it actually is. I don't know how much. The RAM is, I find that RAM is important for the game, so I do tend to up that a fair bit. The graphics card is not the best, but it's just an AMD card, and I couldn't even tell you what. No, actually, it may tell me in the if we go back, does it tell you there? There we go. Here we go. So your system has 10 CPU cores and 64 gig of RAM. So I've got I thought it was 32 RAM, but it's 64 gig of RAM, and I've got like heaps of CPU cores. So those two things do make a big difference. Yeah, 2,000 stars may cause performance issues in late game on your system. Recommending 12 CPU cores and 48 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm well over the RAM, but just under a little bit on the CPU cores. So for me, I wouldn't worry too much about that notice. I would still play that one happily, and because I still think it would play okay if it was just two cores that were missing, like from the recommendation. That should be okay. I don't know what the recommendations are for the others, but anyway, that's so there we go. We've got 10 CPU cores. I'm using an i7, I think, or it's not an i5. It's not one of the slow Intel processors, but I don't think it's an i9. I think it's an i7. I think, just because of the cost and the so yeah, the RAM is massive. The cores are up there. Actually, when we get into the game, I can then show you the graphics card as well. So we'll do it that way. So we'll just go pre-warping through here. Research speed. I do like the slow research speed, so we'll just keep it on that one there. It's sort of, I find that one interesting. Only the next project's visible, and we'll go with random. Yeah, let's do that. That way we end up with a bit more of a wild sort of game. Allow tech trading. I've got it off. I think I might flick that one back to on, just because we're playing pre-warp. So we'll just go that way. Hi CC, saying I love your videos and think that your tutorials are excellent. Sorry for making an off-topic comment, but why did the Age of Wonders 3 I got hacked, and the hack is still playing havoc with different things. Like the hackers essentially took a snapshot of everything I had logged in, and like including YouTube. And so I've still got to go back through and unprivate those things. But YouTube, for me to get my channel back, they had to private everything, and then I have to go back through every single video and then unprivate to make sure that there's been no spam type shit that's been put into those videos. So it's a fairly long process, and I just haven't got to it. And but I will get to it eventually. I've gone back, I think, 2 years, but I've got to go back further. So that's actually what's actually happened there. And of course, the current drama is Discord, where Discord has now banned me from there as well. Hi Torgrim, how you going? All right, so we'll allow tech. This does a fair bit of stuff. If you don't have tech trading, maybe I'll just talk a little bit about these sorts of things. The when you only can see the next, make go all projects, but with random research paths. Should we do it that way? No, I'll keep it like this. Sometimes it's worth seeing everything, so you can plan ahead a little bit. But and when you've got random research paths, some of these paths, it's not the actual. The research is still there, but the paths leading to it can be randomized, and that can make it really quite an unusual game every time you play it. I'll keep it like this, so we don't really know what's coming. Allow tech trading. I'm going to put it on now. This is actually one where essentially you can see enable trading of tech with other empires. So this one allows you to do it through diplomacy. Even with that turned off, you can still steal it, and you can still acquire it through other methods. So, but with tech trading on, it means that the diplomatic factions are going to be able to get ahead in their combined technology, whereas the more evil factions won't. So, so depending on how you want to play, it can be a good thing. Yeah, CC saying, damn, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. Oh, look, it's sort of, YouTube were incredible, and I really wasn't expecting YouTube, because they actually had restricted my channel as well, and it was down for a day. It basically took them a day for YouTube to fix it, and it was a difficult process for them to fix. Like, it actually took them a lot of effort. Like, it was a day of full-on going back and forwards, setting things up, proving things, and making sure that there was no leaks anymore in what was happening. And they were incredible, and I wasn't expecting that. Whereas Discord, on the other hand, has been abysmal. Like, it's been 2 weeks when I haven't even received a reply. If anyone does know anyone at Discord, by the way, please, I've been sending messages through Twitter. I've been emailing, I've been filling in their forms online. I even went through Facebook Messenger as well to try to actually sort of contact them. And I haven't heard a peep for the last 2 weeks. It's just incredible. It's really, really frustrating. Well, by the way, guys, as well, I won't be here next week. So that's one of the reasons for doing this particular live stream. I couldn't do my chat tactic live stream. And there's a lot of things that are happening at the moment as well with sort of gaming news, but just my toothache, I just couldn't do it on the Monday. So hence we're doing this on the Wednesday as a bit of a thing. So anyway, allow check trading is going to be on. We'll just go next as the threats. Now, pirates are interesting. Pirates are a really good way to accelerate your technology. So I like to keep them on. So, and I like to have, I like to either have just, maybe I'll just go normal. It's funny because now when you go to pirate strength, how strong pirates are and how fast they grow. If you play on strong or very strong, the pirates can spawn cruisers, which is really hard to defeat, but they're fun to play against. So I'm going to keep them on strong. Many is actually not, it's not overwhelming, but it just means you have to be careful with your expansion. So that's sort of the problem we've actually got through there. Pirate proximity, back in through here, I'm just going to keep that one on average. And I don't like the pirate respawn. So I'm just going to keep them on stay dead. Pirate respawn just means you never, ever, ever get rid of them. Whereas you do want to sort of, you do want to work your way through the process with them and sort of just use them at the start of the game to accelerate your technology. And space creatures, I'll just keep them on a few. I don't really like them all that much. They don't really give you anything. Unless you're playing as the Teekans, in which case you do want to have them ramped up. Colony prevalence, we'll just go normal. Colony influence range, 150%. The colonization range limit, 150M. This is now important, and I would strongly suggest that you do opt into the beta, because I'm going to show you something when we get into the game, which is a bit of a game changer. And it's not really been publicised, but so you'll hear it here, probably not first, but anyway, there's a now measurement tool, so you can now plan what you can see. Like, will you be able to get to a certain system? Like, is it worth trying to sort of get a certain technology because it looks like a planet that you may be able to colonize at a system? Now you'll know exactly how far away it is. So this is actually very, very cool. This is a really, I'm so happy that they've actually put this one in there. Now for our race, I'm thinking of just playing random, but I'm not going to be playing, I probably won't play the Harkonish, the Teekans, or the Xenox. So if we end up with one of those at the start, we'll just come back and we'll play anything else. So we'll just go and play randomly in through here, unless you guys want to see something in particular. The ones that are fleshed out, like as in that they've got like a lot more going on with them, are the new ones, which are the Dayuts, the Gizarians, the Ikaru, and the Quamino. So these are sort of like being fleshed out. They're currently working on a couple of the other ones as well, which I think will come out. I don't know if it'll be December or in the new year. But anyway, they're working on a couple of others to flesh them out to the same degree that these other four are. And what it is they've just got different. They've got more nuance in the way that they're played. It's still fun playing any of them, but the others do actually have a bit more going on in terms of just their uniqueness of gameplay, which is so much more advanced than what it was with Distant Worlds Universe. So I know that a lot of people still think, Distant Worlds Universe was the pinnacle, and this game sucks because of X, Y, or Z reasons. It's they're working through the game. The game is improved out of sight. So if you haven't played for a few months, then yeah, definitely go and play it again because it's awesome. And the factions really are being fleshed out really quite nicely. So we'll have a look at that depending on who we end up being. Again, I will actually restart if we end up with Teekans, Xenoxes, or Harkonish. We don't know who we are, so I'm just going to go and choose. I'll choose something a bit. I'll just choose this one here, I guess. So we'll play yellow, no matter what we are. Now, the government types. This is newish, basically, where you can actually allow any government type, or just allowed by your particular race. So certain races have different government types. So we'll just go with the flow here, and the government we don't get to choose anything into here because we don't know who we're playing as. Empire name, I'll just keep that one on random at this stage. I could actually put a name in there. Yeah, we don't know what we're playing, so I'll just go that way. That'll be okay. Starting situation. Now we want to go. We want to be starting expansion pre-warp. And we'll play in the center if we can. Home system will just be set on normal, and yeah, everything else will be just okay. So this is with starting. If you go to young, you have to start at tech level 1. If you go or above, like if you can go to as much as you like in through here. But if you go back to starting, you then actually have. You can then go to all of them, and so pre-warp is basically means you've got no technology and you're just basically starting out. So let's just go with that one, because as I say, they have actually now apparently put more work into the pre-warp setups. Again, we've got like different ways now of sort of setting these things up as well with the empires. I'll keep it on 12. Actually, I might go to say 14. Let's just try that. Victory conditions. I'll just keep all these only on 60%. That should be okay. They've got this now as well. Like you can actually now turn off very specific elements. And so if you don't like playing, for example, with the hives, then turn them off. Different things like in through here. There's all sorts of different stuff you can turn on or off now. So I like all of those. What I don't like is the race-specific story events. So I turn them off. I find that they're a little bit too overwhelming, but always the same. So that's sort of where we are with that one. I'll keep the colony events on, which is sort of like your disasters and plagues, etc. Just start the game. I haven't played pre-warp for so long. Who are we going to be? So we're going to end up with some enemy groups nearby. Oh, here we go, Gizarians. So our faction is known as a Gizarian nest. Okay, that's cool. Do have a mod, by the way, that sort of just changes the names a little bit. Government is a cell hegemony, which is unique to the Gizarians. So we are the Gizarians, who are typically very aggressive and reckless. Gizarians have natural skills in war weariness reduction, boarding assault strength, boarding defence strength, construction research, troop research, repair rates, troop maintenance savings, etc., etc. Their leader is Yedor Kardari, skilled in base maintenance savings, population growth, and colony happiness. Our home colony is Sextans 2, a sandy desert planet in the Sextan system. Nearby is a rocky silicon moon of Kroot. Our faction has primitive technology. We're just beginning to take the first steps into space. Explore, expand, and conquer. And so the Gizarians are a really, really interesting faction. Of course, these just came out in the latest DLC. These are fun to play. These are really, really fun to play. They're as dumb as anything. Basically, they're one of the worst at research, but they have some other little things that make them sort of viable. So this should be fun. Let's get started. And we're just on the edge. I'll just double check that and sort of see where we are. By the way, the game has been enhanced to sort of be much more responsive. Now, I wish the game would start paused, so I always pause at the start because we've got a few things we have to do. Hi, Kay Shizzle, how you going? And we've got a few things that we not have to do, but we should do at the start, no matter whether we're playing pre-warp or whatever else it might be. And that's because we're going to have limited resources for a little while. Now, interestingly, we do actually have an asteroid belt around where we actually are. And so these are... It's going to provide us with steel, and steel is going to be a very important resource for us. We've got 2 billion Gizarians on Sextans 2. We might call this one Gizarian Prime or something like that. Just so we've got it sort of named. So Gizarian Prime is going to be our sandy desert planet, and there is actually a little rocky silicon moon of Kroot back over through there as well. Now you can see there that nothing has been discovered at all. When you play on pre-warp, you've got to go everywhere, unfortunately, and sort of build up, and it takes a long time to just explore your home system. So we've got a new overlord appears. So new overlord named Yedor Kadari has appeared at Sextans 2. We'll just go and dismiss that message. It's no longer Sextans 2. It's been now renamed. Let's have a look and see if we're viable where we are. We're sort of on the edge. This is okay. We've got a big no man's land back out through here to get to the outside edge of the galaxy. We should have enough in here to be able to make it interesting. We're not right in the core, but we're sort of close to the core. So that's actually not too bad. One thing, if I was starting off here or something like this is not enough. It's too difficult for us to move. Like these are big distances, which reminds me, I've got to show you the distance tool. So we have a 150m is the limits we actually have. If I go into Sextans 2, and it doesn't tell you this anywhere in the game because it's just in the open beta. So grab the open beta, grab the planet, press the shift key, and you'll see it's now got, when you press the shift key, it's got displaying distances. So this is only with the open beta, so you've got to be into the beta to see this one. If I go and click on that particular one, I then get a distance meter. So I've got 150m. I can expand back out and see, like that's, so 150m is going to get me to there. It's not going to get me to there. So if there's a colonizable planet there, I'm not going to be able to reach it from that my actual location. That one's inside because I've got 150. So all of these are workable. So how far can we get in there? Is there one in the nebula? That one's just 2 over. So if there's a colonizable planet in there, we won't get it. We will get it. That one there, that blue star. That one's not. That one's not. That one is. That one is. That one's not. Is. Yep, that one is as well. So we've got a like, so we can sort of get a bit of a feel for what we can colonize now using this measurement tool. So that's just by keeping the shift key down. So Keisha's saying, how do you fix the economy at the start? I always hemorrhage cash in the beginning. Don't worry about it. Literally just don't worry about it. It will eventually correct itself. So when you see it going into the red, if you're used to playing Distant Worlds Universe, where when you looked at the economy going into the red, you knew it was a spiral that you weren't going to get out of. That's no longer the case in Distant Worlds 2. So you can pretty much just ignore that. Is there a circle option where you can set the... No, this is literally just the... this is a beta test of a measuring tool. I'm guessing that they will then eventually bring in other measuring tools. But yes, it would be cool to get an actual circle type tool. But this is just step one, and so that they're actually looking at other ways of doing the. But it's just pressing shift, and all you can do is just left click, and every single one of those little. See how there's, you can see there's almost like a marker between them. It's and so as we sort of come in, it's these are literally just a yeah. So it goes from solid down to sort of weak. So it's like a ruler essentially, the way it sort of does work. But it's cool. I like it. But a circle option would be good, and that's something that I don't know how much they'll bring in, but this is the start of the measurement tools, which I'm really happy that they're actually at least looking to bring those in now. Okay, so I'll continue on. So in this case, I think we're viable where we are. It's I would have preferred to be in the middle, but I don't mind where we are. I also don't mind playing as the Gizarians. So with the start that we actually have, we're not going to get out of our home system for quite some period of time. Now we're going to need to. There's a few things we need to do, and I haven't played the pre-warp for so long. But if we go and have a bit of a look and see what they've actually got queued up. So they've got themselves an exploration ship queued up. They've got a construction ship and a mining ship. So this is what we're seeing around the outside edge here. So the first thing is just this explorer. So we've only got one of them being sort of built at this point in time. We've got our construction ship being built, and then the mining ship being built. For us, it won't matter too much what goes on, but we're going to need more explorers fairly quickly. Also, we're going to have, at the moment, no resource shortages. So let's have a quick look at our resources. We do actually have, we've only got 5,000 silicon. So we should have one of everything ultimately in our home system. It may take us a little while to find it. I think what we might do is just unpause the game and just sort of let it run forward. In this case, normally I'd be pausing. Yep, Starship constructed, there we go. So we'll just dismiss that one. That's going to start to go off and explore. So it's on automatic, so it will just start to explore things. Now I could tell it to go to specific locations. It's actually building itself hang on, I'm just going to stop this for 1 second. And this is our government type, the cell hegemony. Due to the chosen government, we have gained insight into exploration scanners, which is cool, improved sensors and coordinated control. Now, some of these aren't really all that cool. The exploration scanners are. It means that essentially we're going to need to refit this navigator, this explorer ship. So we'll go and fix that one up. I'll leave that open, and we'll talk about this. So, in fact, they're all here. Make sure I can just dismiss that one, and we can go through each of these. So when we go into the tech tree, it's got the we've got this is Space Command back and through here, which allows us to have like the bridge on the ship. So our bridges are better. We've already got like up to this particular location. If we just scroll on up, we can then sort of see a few of the others. We've got the improved sensors as well. So this is a short-range sensor array, but importantly, we've actually now got the exploration scanners. This is actually that's it. All it is. Is this one? Maybe this one here. Oh, it's the survey scanner that I really wanted. Okay. Well, in that case, I thought we were getting this one here. So that's just all it's going to be is just version 2, I think. Let's get the resource scanner. Yeah, I was hoping for that one there, to be honest. Although no, this one's actually good. It does allow us to very quickly just get to level 5 exploration everywhere we go, and that is actually a good one. That is a good one. We still have the basic exploration. We don't have to do this one just yet, but these are important for the initial expansion. Let's just exit the research. Now, I will just go and set up before we do get going and just make sure that everything's set back to default. And the only thing I want to do different from default at the start, because I've got it set at the moment to build things automatically, and it's just started to build the spaceport. So be it. I'll just pause that for a second. I'm going to turn on the fleet formation, fleet postures, and fleet ship management. The fleets I want to be managing myself, so I've just turned them back to manual from the Empire policy screen. Now it's suggesting that we build more scouts. Yeah, and I'm going to say yes to that. So I'm just going to keep on building. I want to be building up to about 10 scout ships initially, and so we'll be building those. The private sector will also just come through and start to build like things like cargo shuttles, mining ships are going to be important. There's another explorer ship. Now that should be the Sexton's Navigator is an EX2 scout. The other one is probably an EX1. Yeah, this is an EX1. So the EX1, if we have a look at the actual what's in through here, it's got a basic survey module and a proximity sensor array. It's all it really actually has. If we go to the new one, the EX2, it will automatically have been updated to the resource scanner and the basic survey module. And this is what we want on this particular ship. So I'm going to go and tell this one to retrofit. So retrofit to EX2 Scout for 59 credits. So we'll just go and tell it to do that. That will just go back into the list. So that it'll sort of end up being queued up in through here. And if you don't pause, the game will just start to sort of put in other ships. We've already now got one resource shortage. Our Caslon supply is coming back downwards a little bit. So we will have to go and find a Caslon source in here, which will probably be this one here, I'm guessing. So we'll see how we go, but we'll just unpause again. And we're trying to get the skip drive, that's the one that has actually got selected for us. Now, we really struggle playing as the Gizarians to get our technology, so we have to play a certain way. Tenra is saying, we've read that one, and then Miguel is saying, he does love Distant Worlds, but still did not get into the second. I hope that you're better. I've still got the toothache, so I'll see how I go with this, but no, nothing like what it was on Monday. Have you ever made use of weapons on your explorers? I don't tend to. I tend to specialise. Now, we are going to end up with pirates all over us. And I'm looking at the money situation that we have. I'm trying to sort of balance in my head when we start to build the some sort of defenders. And we may look at that now. I might just pause this. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got with our ship designs. So we've hardly got anything discovered. The one thing we have, if we just go to roles, we've got the Shikiri 2 is our escort design. If we just go and edit that and have a bit of a look at it. So the game has given us, the escort has only got like two areas in through here, which has got laser cannons put on them. No defences here at all. In fact, if we just go back into latest per category and family, and then category, family and size, we don't actually have any protection. And that's actually really bad. I don't think I'm going to bother building these until we actually end up with protection. So let's not worry about that one. We'll just cancel that one. It's going to take a little while for us to get that technology. We might even just have a bit of a look. We've got early deflectors. There's our shielding. And I'm not seeing any armor there at all. Oh, there it is. So we'll be wanting to get, this is like 12 years for us to get this one. I'll just go and throw that one in, and then we'll get the deflectors as well. Just get both of those in there. So we probably won't be able to really do much until we get those. So let's just go and ramp things up. I'll let the game keep on suggesting things to me. This one's still into construction. Yeah, the construction ship is the one that's coming. I might just ramp it up to say 4 times speed. This is why I don't tend to play on pre-warp, because it just takes so long to get started. Hi Genos, saying welcome back. Will there be a giveaway today? No, there won't be. It's literally just going to be a live stream of Distant Worlds 2. Distant Worlds saying, I asked because your EX1 has a couple of seeking missiles. Oh yes, they can actually have their own. They've got protection, but they're not really. You don't really deck them out for protection. You don't have them sort of running that way. So I'll just let it continue on. I'm almost tempted to flick this over and forget this skip drive. Yeah, the other thing we're going to be wanting to do is to get the ones where we can sort of land, board other ships. The pulse weapons, missile weapons. Yeah, we're going to have to. I'm actually thinking of starting again, because I think it's going to be too slow to play this way. Are you guys okay for me to actually start again as the Gizarians, but on tech level 1? It just means we get started in the action straight away. And oh yeah, Jenna's saying happy Thanksgiving to the Americans. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I completely forget about that. It's not a thing anywhere else. You wind up doing a marble run, throw me in for fun. Yeah, okay. So I think we'll start again as the Gizarians, but we'll start on tech level 1. That's all. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here just watching them build explorers and stuff like this. So if you guys are happy with that, I will start again. Yeah, Guy Battle will be saying normally I prioritise the skip drive. Yeah, I was sort of thinking if we do get attacked, because we've got so many pirates, that would be the one that we would probably end up being able to try to destroy them, at least when they come back into our home system or around our home planet. It's just too slow. So I think what we'll do is we will actually go back out to the main menu. I know the game is designed to be played from pre-warp, but it's too slow. It's too slow for me anyway. Starting your game. We'll just keep with the settings sort of where they were. We'll go to young and tech level 1. Actually, no, starting at tech level 1. We'll just go that way. So tech level 1 gives us that next tier of technology. We'll keep everything else the way it was. Many, strong, average, stay dead, few is fine. That's all fine. Players at Gizarians. Cell hegemony is our main technology. Now, I'll go through this in a bit more detail when we get into the actual game as well. Down swarm. Hegemony, that'll do. Done. All right, so there we go with that one through there. So different things like with this one here, like for example, all research goes down by 5%, and that's a massive one. This actually causes a lot of problems for us, but it's still everything. All the other things make it sort of viable. So our tech level is going to be tech level 1. We're going to be on starting. We're going to be trying to go into the center again. Because we're not playing on pre-warp, actually I'll still keep it going like this. We'll keep it on 14, which is probably a little bit too many, but it's that should still be okay. Keep all that where that is. Start the game. Okay, so Guy Bell will be saying, what other features are in the beta other than measuring tools? Oh, look, it just as new things come up. You essentially get, like, there might be a lot of things often if there's like a problem in the game, like if someone's reporting that there's been a crash in this or that, they'll be fixed first and put into the beta. And then, so it sort of goes from the beta will often run for quite a long period of time, like months and months. So I like to keep the beta going because I've never found it to be, sometimes it can be a little bit unstable, but it's so rare. Usually it's all fixes as you go type thing. Curry Munch is saying just the modding scene has been really poor so far with Distant Worlds 2. What's your thoughts on it? Yes, it has. It's difficult to mod. It's not an easy game to mod, and that's why the factions weren't brought out altogether, because the factions take a month to build and or thereabouts of dedicated development time, from what they've sort of told us, as opposed to in Distant Worlds 1, it was a day, and you could flesh out and build a faction. And I've got to say that's pretty much back on Matrix and Codeforce, the developers of it. They made some things more complicated than they had to, but to go to 3D, it's the 3D that sort of makes it more complex. But it's sort of one of those things where I think eventually it will get it as the game gets better and better. There we go. So we've got. I'll just keep on going through there. That's all okay. We'll just get started. We're in the center again in the Yaris system. We've got many more ships at this particular start. We'll just pause again and we'll just go back down to that one through there. Just change this one to Gizan Prime. The home world. Now, starting off in this particular way, we end up with it's unexplored, but it's got like level 1. I think the other one was level 0. So we've still got to explore with all of these. So we still end up sort of in this position where we do still have to go out and check things out, but we have at least now we have technology now from the first 2 levels, which makes our ships viable right from the start. So we'll just exit the research. Now we are trying to get the hyperdrive technology. I'm happy enough for it to start there, but I don't think we need to go anywhere else with that, to be honest. See, it's 134 years to research this stuff. We're not going to be going through the research very quickly at all. So yeah, that's all okay. Planetary governance, I wouldn't mind trying to get that one at some point, but we won't worry about that one so far just yet. Now where we actually are starting in through this other side. In fact, if we just have a bit of a look back, yeah, so we're sort of on the edge there. That's okay. Now we do start off with a lot more ships, a lot more explorer ships. Now we do need to now establish actually we've got silicon on this home world and something else we don't know about just yet. Wow, there's a lot of that's the empire bonuses we actually have here. So most of these just coming from our faction. So you can see there at the top there, all research minus 10% is not good. That's what makes us. It slows you down in speed, but also in what you can actually go and research. So in our research tree, there will be certain things that are locked off to us, like this one here, where it requires a threshold of research, and we just can't reach that threshold just yet. So what we need to do is we need to first of all get something that can take over enemy ships. And so I think the easiest way to do that so we've got all of these technologies at the start through here. Yeah, so we've got a lot going on. So we've got these basic ones in through this other side. So let's have a look and see what we can actually go and build in our ship designs. So we've got a lot more in here now. So we've now got 3 different types of escorts, and we've got a frigate, and we also then have the troop transport. One thing I like to do pretty much with almost any faction, if we're going to be sort of using this technique of trying to milk the pirates, is to use troop transports to do the assaults on the pirate ships. So we'll go and start there. And one thing's now changed to make it a bit easier with the new fleet update is that when you do press upgrade on a design, it will actually then go and set it to manual for you automatically, which is good. So if I go to upgrade and then just go and tweak this one, the Gizan ships have got 2 360 mounts at the top. So what we want to do with these is we want to be disabling ships as quickly as we possibly can. I'm not going to worry too much about enemy fighters or anything with these, because I don't plan on using these in combat as such, only for assaults. If we've still got the latest per category family, bay type, category and family size back in through there. This is what we have on the actual ship itself. We've got 1 empty slot down through the bottom there. We're not making good use of engines. It probably won't matter that much. We don't have any weaponry at all on this thing. We've got 3 armor, 1 shield, and we have a short range sensor array, which I think is okay in this instance. let's just go and change the things we do want to change. So when we have a look at what's actually on here, the number that we see here, like the 50, is actually the maximum size for the slot on the ship. So inside we can have anything up to 50 size, and we can see the actual size of them is here. So the assault pod is size 10. The trip compartment is, for example, is size 50. So these chew up 50, the trip compartments chew up 100 of what we have on the ship itself. Now, if I right click on that one, you'll sort of notice that we'll go from 482 out of 500 down to 432. It gives us a lot more space on the ship by getting rid of the troop compartments, because I don't need them on the ship. But this hull, this transporter hull, does require troop compartments. If I go and get rid of that troop compartment, which I'd be happy to do, I now have a defect, and so must have troop capability or capacity. So we have to have at least one troop compartment on the ship. So that's a given. We have to, that one sort of stuck or set in concrete. We start with 2 assault pods. I want at least 3 on these ships. So I'm just going to go to the assault pod up through there, and I'll flesh out and have 4 on there and see if we can make that one work. When we put 4 on, because these actually have got like a crew requirement of 15, it then pushes us over our true capacity. So we now need more crew, but I now need to find more space for those crew to sit on the actual ship. I can have a look to see how far it can go. It can go to 300 M. If I get rid of one of the fuel cells, it'll go down to about 200 M. I'm happy with that. So that gets me. So my actual fuel range is actually fine for 200. For these sorts of ships, this is mainly going to be used around our home systems, so that's going to be fine. Which means we can now just go back to the crew systems, throw them back in that new empty slot, and so we've now got now got crew capacity is no problem at all. Still got 2 recommendations. It says to have medical. We don't need that there, but we've been able to get like 4 assault pods on this particular ship, which is fantastic, which makes us very, very strong at assaulting enemy ships. But we still need to disable them, or keep them disabled. So the type of weaponry that we want to actually put on this one is iron cannons. So I'm just going to go, and these are only size 12, so these are quite small. And on this ship, I've got size 19, so they'll both fit on this particular one. So if I just go and grab 2 iron cannons, one there and one there, it just means we're going to be disabling with the actual iron cannons. We're still undersized, so we're still a fair way undersized. In fact, what I could do there, because I'm so far undersized, I could actually just even this out and just get a deflection shield generator back in there as well. And for these, I don't think we need any of these, but I might just get rid of the short range sensor array, which sort of actually maybe I'll leave that one on. I might leave that one on rather than anything else, because it's mainly the assault pods is what we want here. Oh, the engines. We've actually got space for engines, so I've got 19 left. And they're size 20. Let's just go and throw one on and see what else we can actually save. Yeah, so 1 over. The deflection shield generators are 15, so let's go and get rid of that one again, put the standard armor back on. Okay, that makes it so that it's going to be traveling a little bit faster. Crew capacity is good. Everything else is looking good there. Range is still about 200. Its speed is very slow at 60, but this is now ready to go, and I'll just call this one an assault transport. So we've got 1 troop capability on this particular one. Can you drop a reactor? No, I can't. To have the hyperdrive, so I need to have the reactors there. So it's unusual to be able to drop a reactor. There's one faction that where you can do it on some ships. So I think it maybe be the Xenox. Yeah, Curry Much is saying that's what made Distant Worlds so good, was the modding. That's a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. I think it'll come. It's just it'll just take time to actually get there. All right, so we'll just go and now the other thing through here. I'm just going to keep them on neutral and neutral, I think. And we're going to retreat when the shields go below 20% and the armor below 50%. So we're going to be a bit cautious. I find that gives you good survivability in most cases. So we'll save and exit. That's the assault transport done, and it automatically now flicks across to manual. So that one's actually been set to manual. So we're going to be wanting this to finish off the pirates, but initially we may not be able to get any of those built. Let's have a quick look at our escorts. If we just go to add new and go to just the standard old escort, we've just got the 2 weapon slots, 1 sensor, ship speed of 20% extra. The heavy escort is 3 engine, no bonuses to its movement. The patrol escort has only got 2 with 30% extra for ship speed and manoeuvring. And we do want these to be a bit zippy with extra engines. I'm tempted to go back to the heavy escort, to be honest. I think we might try that. Let's auto-generate a new design using this hull type. This, because it's got the 3, it does actually have 30, it's got mediums all the way through, so these are size 39 capability. Point defense cannon, I'm going to get rid of those, and the railgun I think I'll get rid of as well. So let's just start from scratch with what we actually have through here. Also, when you're playing as a Gizarians, ditch, like when it's a standard combat ship, ditch the sensor and grab a swarm targeting, which is unique to the Gizarians. And so this one, like the other one that it puts on, is only size 5. This is size 10, but it does, the bigger the fleet, the extra targeting, like it's like a swarm, like a wasp swarm essentially. That by putting that one on there, we end up getting like the bigger the fleet gets, the more targeting each ship actually gets, both swarm targeting. So they sort of help each other. Only 1 armor and deflection shield generator on the actual ship itself. The weaponry we'll come back to. We don't have very many general slots inside the ship. Our range is 200, so I can't really change any of this. So now we're just left with whatever was left over through here. Now the defect will be that we need to have weapons, but we've got a bit there that we can sort of squeeze onto this thing. So we definitely want to have like a point defense weapon. So I'm going to go with the Sentinel, and these give me 180 degrees field of fire. This one gives me 90. I'll just put it on the port side, just the Sentinel there. So it'll protect it, and there's no protection from the rear. Now the next thing, we don't know who we're going to come up against, so we may have to change this. I'd often like to use torpedoes because they're not very good. Like if we go and if we look at the if we look at the Thuon beam, which is often another one that I do like to use. The Thuon beam is only size 28. The railgun's even smaller at size 26. Railguns are interesting because they do actually have a 40% shield bypass, but then they're weak against armor. So when we come up against armored ships, they don't really do a lot of damage. They don't do damage past the armor, so it takes a fair bit for railguns to sort of do what they have to do. They do actually have a high damage rate though, so the damage rate is fairly high for these. But the difference there, you'll see there, the damage is 24 for the Thuon beam and 11 for the actual railgun. This is in close. The 24 damage means that if there's any sort of reactive armor or anything like that, it's still going to do reasonable damage, whereas 11, that can be dissipated down to like 8 or 7 with reactive, like as they're better and better armor. It's got like a reaction aspect where a certain amount of the damage just won't get through. So that damage rate is actually a bit misleading. So I don't think we'll worry about the railguns unless we have to do it with space. But the other one I do like to get is the torpedoes. These are size 30. These go up again. And yeah, we do have space for it. So that's, I'm just looking over there. I think we've got space. We'll just, actually, do we have space? Yeah, or maybe. My maths is in my head is, it's going to be close. The torpedoes, when we look at this compared to the Thuon beams, have got, they're poor against shields at -40. But they've got an armor bypass of 40%, which means that once you get the shields down or bypass the shields, It will then bleed, some of the damage will bleed through onto the, back into the other, like inside the ship, and start to disable components. Actually, the other option is for us to just use a Thuon beam and then an iron cannon. The iron cannon disables ships, and this is what we want to be doing. We want to be disabling as much as we possibly can. We might go that way, you know. Use a Thuon beam and an iron cannon. Let's do that with the Thuon beam on the side. Why is that not wanting to play? Okay, and then we'll throw an iron cannon up in the front there. Because this will actually break through the shielding. Actually, I'm just wondering again if do we even ditch the sentinels? Actually, no, I think I do need to get the sentinels on here. That's going to be a bit of a hybrid type sort of arrangement that we actually end up having. Let's just keep it this way, see how we go. So we'll go aggressive and then aggressive, just so we go in nice and close. We'll still do the 20-50, back in through there. One recommendation, that's okay, that's going to be fine. Size-wise, we are fine here. Thuon beam, yeah, I still think the Thuon beam's going to be okay. God, we're going to have iron cannons everywhere. I might even switch an iron cannon out for a sentinel on the other ships. Oh no, look, that's okay. We'll just save it. This will be a heavy escort. And we'll save and exit that. That one's now we set this one new. So we'll just put that one back to manual. This is the heavy escort. Yeah, that's funny. It's put the it's got a heavy escort design back there. This one here I don't want to have. I'm going to make that one obsolete. So I just want to have my heavy escort design done through there. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so that's done. So now we want to be able to make sure that we can pull down pirate ships. So we're going to, just while the game is still paused, we'll start to just build them up. Now, initially we have to build from we don't actually have a spaceport. And it may be worth building the spaceport first. Where are they likely to come from? They're likely to come from in here, this angle here. I'd like to have the spaceport on the side of the planet if I can. If I click on the planet itself, then do a slow right click, I can then build spaceports in through there. Now that's going to chew up a lot of what we end up having. So I'm just going to go and place that one here. So I'm just positioning it exactly where I want it. So if you don't do that, if you just go back in and just tell it to go and build a small spaceport, that's all it will actually then end up going and doing. So it will just build it anywhere it likes. Whereas this way you can at least put it exactly where you want it. Trenk's saying, "Got to go, guys. Stay safe and get your tooth out if it doesn't pay its rent." Yeah, no, it's. I'm thinking it will be coming out today. Unfortunately, I'll have to see how it goes. It's quite painful. So again, we start off with these extras, but we've already got past that particular part of the tech. Oops, I'll just unpause. And we won't see too much about what's going on just yet. I'll let this thing get built. Now it's going to start asking for us to build mining stations, and I don't want to do that until I really know what's around me. Yeah, so phased plasma saying, have you checked out the new Shadow Empire update? It looks awesome. It does look awesome, actually. It looks great. That's been part of its beta as well, a lot of those changes, but they are very, very good changes. I almost played that instead of this. Sign mission. Now this, we definitely wanted the Caslon. So yes, and this is 98%. This is awesome. So this is exactly what we do want. So we'll go and grab that one. Now that we've got things getting established. Where's our home world? This thing is a long way off. We've got a couple of mining ships queued up. I'm probably better off just letting them do that for a little while. Okay, so Jury's saying Art of Stuttering here. Curious to see you here live. Continuing the earlier Gizzy Slith Slaves. No, this is actually a completely new start. Completely new. This is just a one-off stream, really. Okay, so Wendigo is saying, can you quickly show the measuring tool? I'm yet trying to try the game after a break. Yeah, so it's not publicised even in the beta. So you've got to be in the open beta to actually have access to it. And so with it, you can go and do it from anywhere. Like, you know, if you know what a weapon range is of something, I mean, you can see it by turning them on. But if you're wanting to sort of do it, you just press the shift key, you left click on something, and then you just go out and it'll then show you what the distance is to whatever it might be. So that's 1.22k for that particular one. But I can go, for example, from the planet, just press shift, click on it, and then just go back out. We know that our colonization range is 150 m. So I can then just have a bit of a look to see what falls inside the 150. Like that one's fine. We could settle in there. We can't do that one. Can't do that one. Can do that one. So all of those should be colonizable in through here. 140, 160 is no good. 143. So you can just use this little tool now to start to sort of see things just by keeping the shift key down, but only if you've got the open beta. So there's a fair few planets that we're going to be able to look at in through there as well. Okay, let's just keep it going. Now we've got a bit of money. I will wait for the spaceport to be finished. Actually, is it finished now? 68%. Now, unfortunately, the AI is building things like freighters and stuff. Okay, small spaceport completed. That's the next thing we wanted to have actually happen here. So what we'll now do is we'll now build a... first of all, we want it to be destroying enemy, like the pirate ships, as much as we possibly can. So I'm going to put together a small fleet. I tend to just... the fleet template back into there. I'll just start with the defense fleet, and we'll make use of this one here. So let's just go and edit this. Cruisers, destroyers, frigates. We'll just go with escorts. So let's try 4 of our escort designs, and this is going to be 4 of the heavy escort. So latest design for the heavy escort. Fleet engagement range. I'm just going to keep it with same location, I think. Actually, might go same system. Ships reassign positions within fleet as needed. That's okay. So we'll just let that one go. Do I want to put in a troop transport into one of these as well? No, I'll keep that separate. Yeah, I'll keep that one separate. And we will actually just go. We'll just go and copy as new for the invasion fleet. We'll just use explicitly assault transports, and we'll just have 2 of these in these fleets. And we'll just go to same location here. So we'll just add those into there. Assault transport fleets. So we'll just leave that one where that is. Okay, so we've got two different types of fleets. We want the defense fleet initially because they're the only ones that are going to be able to deal with the pirates up front. So we probably want to have maybe 2 of those fleets. So let's just see how we go. If we just go back into our fleet template, click on defense, build at any construction yards in the Empire. It won't actually do it yet. So we must have now run out of resources already. Carbonite's low. Yeah, steel. It's 94. I won't even be able to build anything. Like if I go back into here, yeah, nothing can be built. Yeah, even the heavy escort is 25 steel. Is the missing resources. So now we just play a waiting game, waiting for the steel to come back. So these guys, it's a 7% steel there. So these mining ships, we need them to come back home. So we're building this, which is good. Oh, that's nice. So there's 55% rocky silicon there. Now this one here is mining EF 560. Why is it going that one? So there's 55% as well. That's okay. Actually, no, that's got no resources. It is actually that. This one here is the one. This is going to then because of the high mining rate, they're going to be ripping into that one there. The others. Sometimes the first of them can get stuck. Like here, for example. What's that one there? It's 20%. But these are going to struggle to fill up their coffers. Oh, that's nice. Kilmar system. Now we don't have enough steel to be able to build on that one. Okay, we've found the humans. This will be the first of our enemies. Still 94. We found an independent colony as well over there. So we'll probably take them out, I think. Definitely need to get the steel coming back in there, just all freighters around there. Yeah, it's the ones that are over here, these should come back first. It's a good mining location here, actually. There we go. There's the first one going back. So 1,000 steel. I'll just let the spies do their own thing for a little while. Now, resource shortages. How are we going in steel? So we've got the 94. Is it this one here? Yep. Okay, so the steel is now there. Now it wants to build the research station. I'm not going to allow it to do it just yet. Now we have the option. So we're going to go and build this one at the Gizan Prime Spaceport. So that one's been, like, with that steel that's just come in. So we've now got the first 4. Try that one. Let's go control 1 while we're there. Get these ones built. Actually, I will actually say yes to that. It's too good not to grab it. Oh wow, another one as well. Pirates will start to come in fairly soon. Good, the first escort out of the way. By having a construction yard, it just makes this a lot faster. And we've found ourselves a deadly storm army. So this is actually now been quite successful. We do need to have like one pirate friend, and so they're the same faction as us, so we're going to accept their deal. Say goodbye, and so they'll end up becoming, oh wow, we've already got this one as well. We're doing well here. It's going to take forever to get this one, but we'll still just keep that one going back through. So that pirate group, at least one pirate group will be friendly. I might grab the assault squad next. Yeah, won't if okay, we'll run out of resources again. Polymer's down to 14. So, do we have polymer that we know of just yet? Yeah, there. Okay. So again, we've got ships mining this. And it's a large. It's a fast one for us to get. We've got carbonite there as well. This is a very important planet for us. So wait for one of these mining ships to go back. There they go. Going in. In you go again. There we go. So if we now just go back to our fleets, assault transport, and now we can do it. So Gizan Prime Spaceport. So we'll queue that one up. Only got one that we could build it initially, so I'll just make this one. Just go back and press F. Control 2, so it will be our invasion fleet essentially. The first is ready to go, so now we're just waiting for pirates to arrive. It may not be strong enough. And the second, yeah, I can now top it up. So we've got to get those 2 ships. We'll just keep it on 4 times speed. I don't normally like playing on 4 times speed, but we'll just keep it going that way for a little while. We're now finding with humans are further out through here. When the second is done, new troop transport completed. We do have a couple of extras in here already. Assign those, and we will assign that as well. I can't really protect, if I go and invade that planet right now, I can't really protect it, so I'll just leave that one off. There's the transport. Grab another defense fleet if we can. Okay, so just press F. This is Control 3. The Grand Hall of Bextrans. We've discovered, yeah, okay, this is, let's go and have a look at it. Oh, sleeping alien race awoken. So in the Grand Hall, we've made a curious discovery. So we've actually found ourselves a group of Boscar. Now they ultimately will be fairly friendly with us. Colony encountered, there we are. And this is one that I think we do want to get relatively quickly. Escort completed. Oh, managed to escape. So the humans are sending in their spies. Excuse me. I might go and take that planet now, actually. How are we going with the third? You can't top it with ships just yet. Now we're not able to. I've only got the one swarm. Yeah, actually we've got no money, so our money situation is going backwards a bit. Alright, new admiral has appeared, and then an exploration ship under attack by a Gravelex way back out over here. That's okay. So the money situation is going back. It will correct itself, so I'm not too concerned about it. If it gets to like negative 5,000, I might start to, well, there we go, negative 8,000 now. I still am not overly concerned. It will flick around a bit. Yeah, so I won't worry too much about it at this stage. Yeah, the private economy is big. So that will ultimately feed back into us. There we go. It's correcting already. That's one big change between this and Distant Worlds 1 was the economies are handled quite differently. There goes human ships. It doesn't quite want to get where it needs to go, and I think before I can take these planets, I'm probably going to need to get right on top of the money. First is ready to go. Third, I need to top up when we get enough money. Now, the private sector should also be building. One of the reasons that we actually are bad with money is because they're not building anything at this stage. The resource shortages. Hexadorum we don't really need at this stage, but that's all okay. So they've got enough there for the private sector to start building things up. They will as the as mining stations and things become available. There's a little supply transport from the humans. Money has gone into positive cash flow at least. These miners are now going off to get luxuries. Luxuries will then give us more money back from the happiness that they generate back at the capital. There we go, our money situation is better. Get another construction ship, and it wants to build heavy escorts. I'm going to decline that because I'll just do it through here. So we'll just go and grab another one through that way. And we haven't come across as many pirates as I thought we would. Now it wants to build another Kazan mining station. Kilamar, where's that? I'm going to decline that one. The mining stations no longer cost, like as opposed to Distant Worlds 1 and 2, that comes out of the private sector money. So it doesn't really matter, but the further afield we go, the more we have to then protect. Good, they're bringing in luxuries. There's mining ships. Coming in to refuel. The more mining ships, the more economy we end up getting. Sorry, the construction ships. Just go back to the third. Still can't top up just yet. Let's wait for the money to come up, then we'll get the next ship. Ah, look, I'll assign it. It doesn't come out of my money. I think I might set these now just to build where it wants to build. So we'll just go back across into our policies, and when there's a base construction, I'll just allow that to happen automatically. One thing that has changed recently in the game is that you can go into your, not so much your policies, actually maybe the policies. Orbital hive defense. We don't want them getting this stuff. But there's nothing much we can do about it. If we go into, where is it? Won't be troops, military. Yeah, there's certain things we can sort of change ratios and things like this. So preferred close in. This is for the I think I'll go torpedoes in this case. Set those up. There's a few things now where you can start to tweak things a lot. So you can sort of set up where it'll start to make its own decisions based on what you set up in there. I wish that was like a list where you could sort of then say, yes, I want that one, but not this one. Just do it manually. Already got one of them being built. Let's see if there's any colonizable planets. Yeah, so Bexton's is the one that we particularly want. Oh, Grim Council. Here we go. Counted a new pirate faction in the Premier system. The Grim Council. So we're going to dismiss this. And we're not going to... House rule we'll have is we won't actually... deal with anyone other than Gizarian pirates. So what have we got? Just a fleet frigate. The research centre. It's heaps stronger. We're not going to get there in time. I might send the first out to that location actually. If they start attacking at a location, they tend to keep doing it. Yep, they've been raiding. Oh, another one as well. Okay, there's a ship in here, frigate. So we've got one coming in here. I'm going to change this one back again. I'm going to go and try to take this one out. So we've got another frigate backing through this side, a fleet frigate, plasma blasters, epsilon torpedoes, Corvidian shield. So this has got the better tech. This is actually playing as the Gizarians. This is actually how we get ahead is basically by taking these ships. So I'm going to tell it to attack this. I'm going to get the second to also attack it as well. Now against these ships we should be okay with the deck out that we've got on our little guys. Here they come. These are the two transports. So we're trying to disable. The blue is the disabling area and the green is the assault squad. Okay, I've got pirates everywhere now. Here comes the first. These run a lot faster than the other ships. So it's their weapon range. Then we have to try to disable it as quickly as we possibly can. Shields are down already. Come on. Disable it, guys. Disable it. Okay, it disabled there for very, very briefly. We've disabled a few things with the iron cannons, which is ideal. Alright, these should now be within range. So I'm going to go back to the second and tell them now to capture this ship. Now we've got an incredible amount of boarding assault strength. There goes the assault squads. Okay, we've got on board a lot. So we've actually been able to get a lot of the assault teams have actually now got on board. So that one will actually then become just one that we'll end up picking up. So we'll just grab the first and get them back to where we were sending them, back out to here. What have we got there? Another heavy escort. This is all from the Grim Council. But this is a start of how we get our technology. Is this the third? That's the first. Oh, the third was actually in there. Okay, the first actually just came back. So the first is now going to head off again. It was the third that was actually doing the attack. They should now leave it alone because of because these guys are now going after it. Which they're not. In that case, I will actually send them off explicitly back to the homeworld. So they're leaving that alone because of the capture mission. That worked well. Actually, these ships did work very, very well. So we'll have this in just a few seconds. Awesome. So we've now got this ship. This one has pretty much, it can still move on its own, so we can send it back down now. So if we go back in, we don't want to scuttle it. It's still technically disabled, but if we just come back into here, actually, where is it? I'll have to wait for it to be fixed. I'll just tell it to not do anything automatically. The second, we'll just get them back as well. A bit of money. This is good. Load the troops up. These are all being set to garrison. We've got 20,000. That's about as good as we can get there. So it's just 4 infantry on board these ships. All right, let's go after that Boscar world. I'll send the 3rd in just to protect it a little bit while we do this. And the 2nd as well. Move off. Might have to get a 3rd fleet. We get 1 ship at this stage. Yeah, the damage components, they'll be fixed up relatively soon, I think. Yes, they should be able to fix the damage. There we go, energy was just fixed. So you don't want to build too much with this many pirates around. Yeah, still can't do anything. Good, we got all of those, that's great. We might have to get another presence back over here as well. Command Center is slowly being fixed. Can't do anything with that one. Where's the rest of these pirates? It's a fair way away from our, you can see how long it's taking everything to get there. So it's a fair distance away from our main colony. We'll get all three of these ultimately. How are you going? Still struggling here. Okay, all of these are now fixed up. Well, that should be able to get back now. If we, yeah, we can now retire it at Gizan Prime. So let's just go and do that. Give it an order, and it will now go back. So it's now going to go back and retire, which is exactly what we want it to do. It wants to do troop cloning. I'll build that. Yeah, why not? And we'll decline the troop transport at this stage. Now, playing as a Gizarians, the benefit we have when we retire ships like this is we end up getting a free tech every time we do it. So the more pirate ships we can sort of do this with, as long as it's got advanced tech, we will actually pick up a big boost to our technology. Like at the moment, we've got no boosts to anything other than what we're actually doing. But as we start to pull this ship apart, we'll get more and more. Could grab myself a second one of those transports and then go to the Kilamar system and just pick up the pirates as they come through. I might do that. That's the 5th. Okay, Control 5 just to set that one up. There we go, get the second one. 4th is still being built. 3rd is off here. Just going to help this one go into and attack this particular location. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some pirates sort of refuel from this location as well. Here we go. So we'll go in and just invade. There's nothing much in here. There's the pirates. Yeah, look at this. So the pirates are sort of here. They're fighting each other, actually. So now we've got the two different types of fleets in through here. So we've got, what pirate groups have we got? So this is the Grim Council. This is the Iron Network. Now, what are we looking at here? Fleet frigates. Heavy escorts, fleet frigate, Heavy escort there. And there was another one over here. Yeah, this one's actually had its shielding taken down. Well, before we do anything, I think I might grab the second fleet. And we might try to take over just one of these, I think. The third is ready to go in as well. Actually, before I do that, I might just go and set these up over here. And the third as well. They'll definitely come after us next. Can't do anything about that one. Here they come. So we want to get our forces together. I'm just going to go back to the third again and tell them to go into a very tight formation. That way they'll sort of be able to support each other a lot. Let's just move over to here. Move out to there. There's an opportunity for us to grab some of these ships. But it's not going to be easy. All together. Here that comes their torpedoes. So they've got torpedoes in the back of there. So they've got a torpedo at the back there. Blaster up the front. Attack that one. And then we'll just bring this, we'll keep on bringing the second across into here and just wait for an opportunity. So when we go, that's good. That one's down. Great. Okay, so now just let's get the second and send them in on this one. So capture the third onto the next one. There's the boarding party. Now we don't have enough there yet, but this one will come in and just assist it. They'll start to pull this one down, and this one isn't very badly damaged, so if we can take it, we'll be doing fairly well. So the third is still smashing away at this one. The hyperdrive is offline here. So these iron cannons are doing incredibly well that we've actually got on board. So back to the third. We do have a ship that's been damaged a little bit. Weapons are down, so we've got one. All three have been disabled on that one there. So we'll just go back to the third again, and now set this one up. Now there goes the next boarding assault. Going in on it. Now it did get attacked, but we do have 700, so we should actually have this one set up pretty well. In that case, we'll now go back to the second again. That one will just automatically capture, so let's now just go and attack this one. Yep, so hyperdrive is offline. Okay, the third can go back to this one again now. Wait for these the new boarding assault to come along. We should have this one, no problem. It's been disabled badly. That one does have boarding strength, so let's just go and send that one in now to... you should send it, had it. Oh no, that's it, that's its total. Great, so we've now captured this one. So again, this one's got no mission. Retire. So I'm just going to tell it to go back and retire at the spaceport. This is good stuff. We're picking up these ships pretty cheaply. Yeah, I can only attack. Damage this way, but we can sort of keep it from doing anything else until we're ready. Should gave you a countdown as to when these things were ready. It's going to be destroyed. Look, at this stage I'm happy enough for that to be the case. It's trying to refuel. Oh, the Actarians have been encountered as well. Now there's a bit of loot backing through here as well. Again, if we can take these things down, that would be good. Look, this guy's not going anywhere at this stage, so I'm just going to go and tell my troop transports to go and invade the planet. So where is it? It's the second. Just tell it to attack. The third can just keep on doing its thing. There's a surveyor. We want to take these trades, we want to get as friendly as we can with those. Even though they're not worth the money. This thing, yeah, it's already got a lot of things disabled on this one. Now, we have, we do actually have space control. This is important for us. I don't know if these are going to be good enough to take it. We'll see how we go, but we do want to maintain control here. Now, what else have we got coming in? Just a heavy escort. Come on, please be enough. Please be enough. We've got about a 2-to-1 thereabouts. That should be enough. We do have space control. We have to keep these in here. What's that one? That's another heavy escort. Doesn't have any of its assault pods up just yet. And none of those yet either. I'll just keep on destroying these. Just going to make sure that we maintain space control. That's actually, there we go. We've now got overwhelming odds. That's good. So that gives us a bit of a boost to be able to then take this particular planet. Actually, we do have some boarding assault strength now. I think this one's too dead to worry about. We could send it off against that one there. Just make sure we've still got space control. Yep. Ooh, waste nothing. Here we go. So this is actually why, this is how we get ahead. You can see we've got no research projects there. I should have actually grabbed a few others just to queue them up. But waste nothing, even when scrapping old ships and bases. That's we've made a research breakthrough in hyperdrive technology. So because we disassembled the first frigate that we picked up. So so back in through here. So the enemy ships that we're bringing back in, we are essentially getting this as a boost. So we've been able to get past that research project just by scavenging. Just dismiss that one for a second. Now the next one that we want is actually this one here. So we'll pay the costs of that one, just so we can get the planets generating more money. And I'll queue up the interlaced armor as well, I think. It's a nice one, that one. So in this instance, what we have is we've got the, we just go back up to the Beltran system again. That one's been disabled. I might send the third off this way. A second to capture that one. It's another frigate and a. Actually, we didn't bother with frigates, did we? Why didn't we bother with frigates? We didn't even look at it. Yeah, we don't really need it. It does have a hangar, but we don't really need it. I'm happy enough with what we're doing at the moment, actually. Just for the escorts. Yeah, we should have this. Oh, the humans have declared war. Actually, with that in mind, I think we might grab yet another couple of fleets. the fuel transport. They've been improved a lot in recent months. Now the third again, we'll just destroy this. How are we going here? Yeah, we've almost got it now. We've still got space control, which is good. Colony conquer, there we go. We've invaded and taken over the independent colony of Bexstans 1. Victoria's forces have completely defeated the enemy. Now, normally that will give us, there we go. By doing that, we also then pick up another tech. So we'll dismiss that one. And the Scouring. So this is, with our recent conquest of the colony Bexstans 1, we can choose whether to implement the Scouring. Scouring this newly acquired colony will grant us an extra tech from this conquest. Some of the existing population will be consumed, providing food to temporarily boost population growth for Gizarians throughout our empire. So diligent efforts to scour the planet will also no doubt reveal any hidden resource caches. So scouring will also lower colony happiness for 2 years and dramatically reduce the development level of the colony. It will also harm our reputation with other factions. Now, I think I'm so tempted to do it. This is temporary. I think we're going to scour it to get the extra techs. I've already picked up one tech from this invasion. We can get a second one. This is, again, how the Gizarians move ahead. So we'll scour the colony. Wow, we've got destroyers in that. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. What a start. What a start we've made. Well, that was worth it. And we've got the Planetary Palace research completed as well. Where's that? Oh, in here. Cost 50,000 credits. Okay, so that's, yeah, it's not planetary governance. I thought it was planetary governance that we picked up. But to pick up the destroyers is awesome. Like, that's massively big. Now, Bextons. Yeah, so we've got 2 years of scouring unhappiness, really. We'll just leave that one going. This is going to drain our money a fair bit. Now, can we build? Yeah, we can build a small spaceport. So we'll do that one initially. We can also get a research station. Both of those right next to each other so that they can protect each other. That will be good. Now the third, we're going to make that one, this will be the home base. The second, well, the second is still trying to capture this guy here. Those there. So this one we're at war with, aren't we? Yep. So we'll see if we can get that one with this as well. Now the trouble we're going to have is we won't know when this fleet's coming from this group. just going to grab myself a quick drink. I'll be right back. All right, destroyers. There it is. There. Let's have a quick look and just have a quick look and see what it's actually got. So, much bigger ship, up to 600 size. So this will be absolutely incredibly good for us. 5 mounts, one very large, which we can't really use yet. As in, we can't maximise the use of that. Yeah, I'll just cancel that. I'll just go and do an upgrade, and then we can sort of just chop and change the things that we want to get rid of it. So we'll get rid of the missiles, get rid of everything in there. I'm going to put 2 hangars on. So we could make it into a like a little mini carrier. Just get rid of that. Put in the swarm targeting. Throw that one in there. Fuel range is more, but way more than what we need. Just see what happens if we do throw in 2 of these small hive hangers. You've still got a fair bit of space. That's where we can then use a large, like just a concussion missile. So there are the slots off on the side. The big one in the middle there. One at the back. And then there's the 360 at the top. Yeah, so we'll throw a concussion missile at the back. The sentinel beam at the top with the 360 degree field of fire. Now, do we send this one in? It's got 3 more mounts, and we've got what's that? 60. So yeah, we've got 60 left, which means I can't really do other missiles. Do three lots of torpedoes. Oh no, sorry, I got my measurements wrong. In fact, if we got rid of the missile at the back, needs more crew. We're 1 over. Keeps us a fair way under. Takes us over again. Yeah, let's get rid of one of the engines. How fast are we going to be going? It's very slow at 60. So I've got so I've got 17 left over. Another iron can at the back, maybe. I mean, it would do. Yeah, the other thing would be to put an assault team on it as well, but we've got 5 left over at this stage. I think that'll do us. It's mainly the hive hangers that's going to be the thing that we want. So let's just call this one the mini carrier. And the way we want this to work is aggressive, and against stronger targets I think we'll still go aggressive, but again we'll just retreat at 2050, so I'll save and exit. Okay, and we don't have a real lot of money, so I won't start building them just yet. Very much just saying, how's your tooth holding out, Dad? So had to get on with some real life stuff. Yeah, still, it's really quite sore, I've got to say. It's funny, when I drink water, it sort of relieves it, which is good. Now, that one's retiring, that one's still coming back. Again, every time we retire a ship, we sort of do pick up different bits and pieces. So Bextans is now sort of under control a little bit. Got a new general that's now appeared. Now the second back and through here. Where was their ship that they were trying to get? I'm just going to capture that one. Don't know what happened to the other ship that they were looking for. Got away. That's the 5th, I think. Yeah, so we've got the 5th sitting in here. Well, until we start to get raids from the humans, we're not going to be able to know what to do. Could possibly expect a fairly large fleet of theirs coming in at some point as well. It may be that they actually don't send anything as well. That's the other thing. Or destroyer. Okay, so we've got a few things happening in here. This mining station. Yeah, there's pirates everywhere in this system. So what we need to do in here is to grab our... the first fleet is over here protecting this one. Now, we haven't seen anything here for a little while. But if I move away, I don't really want to move away from this one. It's a fairly important location. So I'll keep the first where they are. And Keep that one there, keep that one there. The 4th is back at home. The 5th is back there. The 6th is still being built. I think I have to use the 4th. Is it jumping? Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Let's set that as the home base. Ah, here we go. So we've boarded and captured this other little ship. It's pretty useless. Yeah, we've got cargo containers and things. I might just tell them to go and pick up these. If we can find others. Okay, they're automatically building that resort base. That's okay. Where is this? This is the 5th. Yep, so just do the capturing. It's a worry that they've got other things on. It's worried that they've got troop transports in this area. I think they've disappeared now. Now we've left this system open. Good. Okay, so we've picked up this one now. Now we shouldn't have. There shouldn't be any more tech on this one. Where was that one? Yeah. So this is the one that we just picked up. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah. That's okay. We'll just keep on coming back. Now we've got a slight. Yeah, we sort of just captured that particular ship. I don't think there'll be any tech on this ship that would be worth salvaging. No. Nope, nothing there. In fact, one thing we should be doing is going back into our designs and with the ones that are set to manual, like the destroyer. If we have a quick look at that one, this should now have the Jerax hyperdrive. So that's the one we want to see on everything. If we go to upgrade. So that way we just get the Jerax on it. Yep, so it's now got the Jerax. Everything else is fine. So we'll save and exit. And this one here. Again, just the Jerax. Just send these back off for retrofitting. So Bubix is saying, just finished watching your Camino stream from 2 months ago, and I see you're streaming Distant Worlds 2 right now. Yes, I won't be for much longer though, unfortunately. So I just came in. I couldn't do my chat tactics session on Monday, so I thought I'd just do a few hours in here. Just show the new fleet update changes and the new measuring tools and things. We might get the 5th to upgrade. Yeah, actually, there's no construction yards available with sufficient resources at this stage to do that retrofit. So we'll just do retrofits a bit at a time. Yeah, we need to get our money situation sorted out, which means we essentially need to get Bexton's established as well. So this one does need to be... we need to sort of wait for all of this stuff to sort of run its course. We've already got ships. We've already boarded that one. Yeah, we should have that one in the bank as well. This one has to be repaired before we can do anything with it. Oops, not enough resources to do the retrofit on the 5th. There we go. This one here, we can just retire it here, I guess. So this has got a bit of loot on board as well. It's often not great to do it around a planet, but yeah, in this case, I think I'll just let it go. Those gifts are annoying me. Set them to manual. It's interesting. It sort of finished the other one first. Research Centre is now the next one up. They're still at war with us, aren't they? Yeah, they are. I might speak with them because really we just don't need to. No, they're going to fight on. I thought they might, but we don't like. It's not in anyone's interest to be at war at this stage of the game. Yes, we do want to do that. Want to get all those little advantages. Okay, the pirates have dried up here as well. Well, looking at the time, guys, I am actually going to have to make a bit of a move. So I think I'll leave it here. And yeah, I won't be around next week, but I will be back the week after that. So then I'll hopefully my tooth will be fixed by that stage. And hopefully I'll get Discord back up and running by that stage as well. So I will actually leave it there. So thanks for watching. And we did fairly well in that little session. That was done some good things in here. I'll just dismiss that one.